Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get the right answer for this one. So we have a positive 20 minus the negative 10.
10.
10.
Yes.
Okay. Any more answer? Same. So we have one answer 10. One answer was 10. Okay. Okay, let's work on this. Okay. So we have a 20. Then we have a native times native. Okay, natives times native. That's going to be positive. If you open that bracket, and it's going to be 10. So we have a 20 plus 10. That means 20 plus 10 is going to be 30. Okay. 30 is the right answer for this one. So what happened was this native right here changed to the positive because you have a one native and another native. If you multiply native times native, it's going to be positive. Okay. Let's do the similar one. Let's see if we get an answer for this one. We have an addition of 20, positive 20 and negative 10. We add both together. See what is the answer. Okay, we have any answer? No? Okay, let's work on these.
Would be negative 10.
Negative 10. Okay, another answer. We agree with the same one or we have a different answer? Okay, let's work on this one. So we have this positive 20 and we have a negative 10. So we're doing addition of these two, okay? So we have positive 20 and this we can write it as negative 10 right here. And it's gonna be 20 minus 10. 20 minus 10 is gonna be 10. Instead of negative, it's gonna be positive because 20 is the positive. This is the positive 20 and this is the negative 10. So the answer will be 10, but it will be positive instead of negative. Okay, so 20 minus 10, it's gonna be 10. So instead of negative, it's gonna be only positive. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see if we're gonna get Okay, we have addition of -20 plus the -10. So we're doing an addition of two negative numbers, -20 and -10. See what's the answer gonna be.
-30.
-30, okay. Let's see if that's the right answer. So we have a -20 and these plus, and we have a -10. So we can write this way, -20 minus -10. And these both are natives, it's gonna be natives, and we're doing addition of these. So 20 plus 10 is gonna be 30. So it's gonna be -30. That's the right answer. Okay. Let's do the multiplication now. So we are multiplying the positive 9 times the positive 5. This can be written as 9 times 5. So what is the answer for this? You're multiplying positive with another positive, that means it's going to be positive. If you're multiplying positive with negative, it's going to be negative. If you're multiplying negative with another negative, it's going to be positive. And if you multiply negative with another positive, it's going to be negative. So positive and positive going to be positive. If you multiply a positive number with a negative number, the answer is going to be negative. If you multiply a negative number with another negative numbers, it's going to be positive. If you multiply with a negative with another positive number, it's going to be negative. Same applies for the both multiplication and the divisions. So we're multiplying these two positive numbers. I mean, our answer going to be positive. Yes, this can be written as 9 times 5. And so this is going to be positive. 9 times 5 is going to be 45. Okay. So this 45 is the right answer for this one. Let's do the similar one and simple one as well. So we are multiplying 1 with 4, 1 times 4. So what is the answer for this one? So this is positive and this is positive.
Hey Sam, after you finish up this problem, do you think we can
Oh, I
move on to
can't.
help Naomi? She's got some homework questions coming up.
Okay.
Four.
4, okay. So, so we have a positive and positive, that's gonna be positive, and 1 times 4 is gonna be 4. So 4 is the right answer. Okay, let me see the screen to the chat box. Okay. Okay. So do we get any? Ryan, do we get the problem? What do we need to
So working on rational numbers on a number line.
do?
Is that just like plotting it out and where they go, Naomi?
It's like, yeah, like fractions, decimals, negatives, and yeah. Like,
Okay.
Okay, so we wouldn't have any problem that we can work on, or just a simple.
yeah, I
Like-
have like a classwork I was supposed to do today, but I didn't get it. So the teacher said I had to do it after school. I can share my screen after you're done.
Yeah, I'm done. If you want to share your screen, yeah, we could take a look on that one.
Okay. Can you stop sharing your screen, please?
Okay.
Yeah, I need help with this. So, that's it. Okay. So I need help with this.
Okay, let's see.
I think it might be best just to like screenshot all these, Sam, and then you can present again and work through some of them.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna, yeah. Let me get the screenshot on this one.
Oh yeah, and I have to turn on these. And I turned them into like, I turned everything into decimals, so yeah.
Okay, let me get the screen back. Okay.
Oh, sir, just be quiet.
All right, can you stop sharing your screen? Let me see. I put work on this one now.
Sure. If right here. What are you doing? Can you go?
Okay. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so following numbers. So we have to order the following numbers on the number lines. You may use the number line on your answer document to help if you have. So, okay. So we have to plot this number right here on this number line, right? Okay, so we started with the T as a 3.0 and E is a 1, R is -3/4, and S is 7/3, and we have a H is a 4/8, and we have a N is -2, 6/10. We have a 0.10 native, we have -1.5, when we have a 1.75, okay. Let's work on this one right here. Let's see if I could. Okay, we have a T is a 3.0, okay? So we have to look at this T is 3.0, that's a positive number right here, right? So we have to look at the 0. This is a 0 right here. We have to go to the right side to go to positive. Since this is a positive, we have to move to the right side. And so this is the 1, right? And this is 2 right here. And this is 2.5. And another 3 gonna be somewhere right here, this number right here. So this is a 3 right here. That means the T lies on this point right here. Then we could plot this number right here, and E is 1. So E is a positive 1. So this is our center point right here, 0. We have to go to the positive side, and we have a E lies on this point. Then we have a -3/4. So it has to go to the left side, but this is a negative.
0.75.
So this is 0.75, right?
Yes.
So this is a 0.5 right here, and this is a 1. And in between the 1 and 0.5, we have a 0.75. So R lies on this point right here. So this is R.
My teacher said the points aren't right.
So this is for like a native 0.75. That's going to be like, maybe this is not right, but it should be in between this point right here. So it looks like this point is just between -1 and -0.5. Let me see. Ryan?
Yeah, I see a few points on there that don't line up, but some do.
Yeah, some of the points are not there, not on the right spot, but some of them are in right spot, right? Okay. Okay, then we have to go to the next one. The S is gonna be 7/3, right? And
2.33.
7/3 gonna be
2.33 and on, but yeah.
2.33, okay. That we can write down as a 2, so 1/3, right? This is
Yes.
two complete number and this is 1/3, so it has to be positive. So go to positive side. So this is, we have to go to the right side. This is 1 and this is 2. After 2, then we have to go of the 1/3. From here and here is going to be 1/3 of those. So this is 50%. If you go to 1/3, it might be somewhere right here, right? That means your S is going to be somewhere right here, just before this one, 1/3. Then we have to go to H. It's going to be 4/8. That's going to be 1/2. Then this is a positive, so this is 0 and this is 0.5. So this is the H lies right here. Then we have to go to the
Wait,
end.
hold, I need to like write some down.
Okay. So this could be, we could write down as a 0.5, right? This is 0.5. Then we can go to the n, where the n gonna be -2 over 6/10. Yes, we can be write down as a 2.6. This is gonna be negative. We have to move to the left side. So 1 and this is 2, and this is 2.5, and the 6 gonna be somewhere right here. So that's gonna be the n, and negative, the t gonna be -0.10. So this is gonna be negative side on this side. This is 0.1. This is 0 and this is a -0.5. So the point n one got to be between somewhere right here, and it's gonna be off somewhere right here. So t gonna be right here. Then we have to move to the O. O is a -1.5. So we have to go to the left side. This is -1, and this is a -1.5 right here. So this is O. Then we have A. A is a positive 1.75. So it's going to be positive. So we have to go to the right side. So 0, this is 1, this is 2, but this is a 0.75. So more than 1 in 75% of that one. So it's going to be this point right here, A. It's going to be 1.75.
Okay, so now it says northeast. So can I share my screen again, please?
Huh?
Can I please share my screen again?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, this, I put
Which
this,
one?
actually, all of it, I think. Well, I know some of them. I just haven't gotten to them. Well, because I didn't get the password. Like, so, number 1. You can get a picture of that.
Okay, so what number you wanna?
I'm on number 1 right now.
So you wanna, okay. So you need help for the number 1?
No, not now.
Okay.
What is the correct class?
Let's talk about the one that you think you need help with.
Okay, so I think number 1 is N.
Yeah, that's a natural number, that's a whole number, it's integers.
Yeah. And number 2, the following table shows the amount of time Miss Myers spent working on lesson plans for 4 days. On which day did Miss Myers spend the least amount of time? Dang it.
If you scroll down, then I think the table is, can you scroll down a little bit?
Yes, I will. Hold on. No. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm here. Oh, dang it. I don't like this. Oh well. She spent the least amount of working on Tuesday.
So we have to know, okay, so they all have the 5, right? And after that, we have a fraction, it's 2/5,
Mm-hmm.
5/8, 3/8, and 4/5.
Yeah.
So we have to consider which one is the lowest number amongst these. So you have to find out on that one.
Okay. Isn't the biggest fraction the smallest?
Now, if you gotta have the same,
Thing for
Yeah.
everything.
yeah, so you have a 2/5, right? 2/5 is not the same as a 5/8,
Mm-mm.
and you have a 3/8, and you have a 4/5. So you
Mhm.
have to convert that into the if you convert that into decimal, then you'll be
Okay.
able to see which one has the least hours. You have to convert those into decimals.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. And then it goes 5.4 5 and 8 5.6
So on the Wednesday, right? He spent least amount of work on Wednesday. If you look at the Wednesday one, is the 5, 3/8.
Yeah. And then 5.38, and then the last one, and then 4 and 5 5.8. 5.8. Okay, so the least number of days that she worked on was the one that I did was
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So Wednesday.
I think you have. I don't know. Oh, Shabbat.
All right, let's go to number 3.
Okay.
Can you scroll down a little bit?
Okay. So number 3.
Okay. Mhm.
It says point A is shown on the number line. Which of the following rational numbers is best represented by point
Okay.
A? Huh.
So point A is, what is the right representation of the point A, right? So you have to look at where the point A is located.
I
The
think,
point A is a negative, right? It's a negative number, right? So you
yeah,
have to, which of them are negative? You have
negative
X.
2 and negative 3.
Okay, so
X.
we have to choose in between those. And see, the A is located on the left side of the negative 3, right? So it's gonna be less. That means it's gonna be larger numbers, not just the,
Yeah.
not the value, but it's supposed to be greater than 3. So which is greater than 3? The X or T or I?
I.
So
I.
I is the right answer.
I.
Okay.
So number 3. I. Number 4 is so
So we have all these fraction, right? We have to convert those fraction into the
yes, into decimal.
into decimal, then you'll be able to tell. So we have a 1/4. That's going to be 0.25. Then we have a 2/3.
Okay.
What's the decimal of 2/3?
I should be quiet.
So 2/3 gonna be 0.67, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then we have a 1/2 gonna be, that's a half. That's a 0.5.
0.5, yes.
Yes. Then you do 7/8. Let's see what the number gonna be.
And I got, hold on. Hold on. Seven, 8. So I got 0.88.
Okay. So which one has a larger decimal?
The one with the largest is flour.
Okay.
And then it goes to sugar.
Okay.
And then it goes to water.
Okay.
And then butter.
Okay. So the answer gonna be A.
Huh?
So the answer gonna be A, right? A has the flour, sugar, water, and butter.
Yes.
And that's gonna be A, I think.
Oh, yeah. Greatest. Wait, am I doing greatest?
Well, water has the least amount, right? I think it's that one.
Yeah. So number 4 is
Okay.
I again. Sure. Now The table shows the results. Shows the results of a swimming race. Which following gives the first 4 finisher? In order from first fourth place. First place will have the fastest time, and now we'll have a smaller time. So okay.
So we only have about 5 more minutes left. You just want to kind of run through these, and maybe Sam can kind of help you with some hints of what you need to do so you can get through the
Sure.
rest of them.
Yeah. So I need help with this. Oh, which one finishes first?
Mhm. So we have to go from the smallest, right? Smallest time.
The biggest, I think. We'll have the first place will have the fastest. Yeah, I think it's the biggest. Yes.
See right here on the hint, what it says is the first place we have the fastest time. Then it's gonna be smaller time, right? Smaller time to take to win the race, right?
What?
If someone takes like a 1 minute to reach one point and another one takes 2 minutes to reach the same point, that means the
Yeah.
one who went for 1 minute is gonna be faster, right? Instead of 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So you go with the smallest time. That will be the fastest person.
So the smallest person would be Carla, and then Brenda, and then Carla, and then Susan, I think. I don't know. Carla.
So which one has the least amount of time, smaller time?
Oh, that's Susan. Right?
That's a 46.9, right?
Yeah. And then Brenda and Susan.
You have the another one right here. Marcy,
Carla.
46.98, right?
Yeah, Carla,
Mm-hmm.
Brenda.
Carla, Brenda, Marcy.
Oh yeah, and then Marcy.
Okay.
Wait, isn't Marcy supposed to be last? Oh wait, no, she should be like after. So Carla, Brenda, Marcy, and then Susan.
Okay.
So that's N. And 5 is N. Yeah. And then compare the two numbers. Have to turn that into fraction. 45.5 and 45.
So this is also the 45.5, right? So 2/4 is same as the 1/2.
Yeah. So 45.5 is bigger than 45 and 2/4.
No, look, they both are 45, right? It's a 1/2 is
Oh
point.
yeah.
This is 45.5, and this is also 45.5, right? Because 2/4 is a 0.5 as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so gonna be A is the right answer. That they are both equal.
Mm-hmm. A is 6.
Okay, so you got the number 6, right? Okay. Okay, so we have to order this number from the least number to the greatest number, right? From the smaller one to the bigger numbers. Okay.
It looks like you're on the right track so far.
Negative 17, and then negative 3, and then next, and then 6, and then 11, and then 15. So
Yep.
negative 17.
That's
Never-
right.
Yeah, so I. And then now, number 8. Compare the two numbers. Negative, wait, no. 3.25 is bigger than negative 3.22. I mean, 225.
Yep, that's true.
Oh, yeah. And then G. Okay. You can help someone else, and I'll try and do the other ones. If I need help, I think I can. I'll just like.
Okay. I think we are out of time now. So looks like you got everything. So maybe next week, if you have any more questions, then we'll be happy to help you next week. And do you guys have any kind of topics that you guys want to talk about next week or?
I think I will next week, because we learn different things every week. So I think next week I'll just like tell you what I'm learning, and then
Okay.
go over that.
All right. All right. Thank you guys. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Natalie. Hi, Trisha.
Hi, Lillian. How are you?
So we have some third and fourth graders here. We have Shabak, who is in fourth grade. We have Fola. I'm sure you met Fola before. And Esther.
Fourth grade.
Yeah. These are all third and fourth graders. Hi, Trisha. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Can you hear me?
You're kind of fading in and out a little bit. I can hear you a little.
Oh, okay.
I
It's a
still
little.
need help,
Okay.
and I'm in 6th grade.
Okay. So Naomi, you say you still need help?
Yeah, because I put in the password, the answers that we entered, and it said it was wrong.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'm gonna
Don't want to watch this.
hold on.
Do we stay? That's up to you, Jaden. What I was planning on talking about today are last week, some people asked to review multiplication and division, but then also we got a question about some stuff with decimals. So I was going to go over that too. Okay.
Yes, I still need help.
Okay, so Natalie, Lillian here. So we, like I said, you can go ahead and start with the decimals or even the place value. Decimals, because we have, I believe we have Shabak who has a test coming up, and he also needs help.
Okay, yeah, we can get started with those topics.
Paula, if you have a question, feel free to type your topic in the chat section so that Natalie and Trisha can know.
I have a test tomorrow and I still need help on my homework for today.
Okay. Naomi, so what we're gonna do with you, I'm gonna get with Uncle to help you, okay? So that it's gonna be
Okay.
faster. Yeah, so you can go ahead and log off so that Esther, this is now for third and fourth graders, so that Esther can, third and fourth graders can have their time, and I'll get with Uncle to help you, okay? Are you still there? She's gone, okay. All right, I'll get with her later. Go ahead, Natalie.
All right, sounds good. So we'll go ahead and get started with decimals. So last week we talked about division and multiplication. So let me get my screen shared here. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to talk about decimals. Now I don't know for your test if you have anything specific that's going to be on it. But the first thing I wanted to go over is when we're working with decimals, how do we tell which numbers are larger than other ones? So I've got a worksheet here that I want to talk through with you guys. So we've got a list of 4 numbers. Some of them have 1 decimal place and some of them have 2. So how do we go about figuring out which one of these numbers is the biggest and which one's going to be the smallest? So the way that we do this is when we're talking about decimal places, if you have a whole number, so something that's in the ones place or bigger, that's always going to be bigger than these decimals on the right hand side because these are a fraction of 1, so they're smaller than 1. So when you're looking at like a number line or trying to figure out which one of these is biggest, you want to start by looking at anything that's not part of the decimal point. So in this example, we've got all these decimal points, but let's not focus on those to start. Let's look at the tens and the ones place. So here we have a 9, we have 83, we have 21, and there's a 0. So when we're putting these in order, let's start just by looking at these. Which one of these numbers on the left-hand side here is biggest? 9, 83, 21, or 0? What do you think? Esther, are you still there?
Yeah.
Cool. Which one do you think is biggest out of these ones on the left here?
83.
83. Yes. So even though it's got this decimal point, that's a 9, that seems like a high number, right? It's actually the tens place and the ones place. 83 plus a little bit is going to be bigger than 21 plus a little bit, or bigger than 9 plus a little bit. So when it says write the numbers from smallest to largest, we know 83 is going to be the biggest one. So we're going to put this one down here. Oh, sorry, I have a cat. So we know 83.9 is our biggest number. So let's keep going down the line. So what's the next biggest? Let's compare 9, 21, and 0. Which one's the next biggest?
21.4.
Yep. So again, don't worry about the decimal places. Really, we want to focus on the ones and the tens place to start with. So 21.4 is next biggest. And then same thing 9's bigger than 0, right? So it would be 9.34, and then smallest is 0.96. So I didn't even have to think about the decimals at all when I was putting these in order, because I was just looking at these big numbers. So, and that's always going to be true if the tens and the ones place. If you have stuff in the tens and ones place, that's always going to matter more than the decimal. And again, that's because the decimal is only like a tiny piece of something. So if you've got all these big numbers, those are going to carry more weight when we're talking about which one is biggest. Does that make sense?
I
Go to
need
Chris.
help with the password for Uncle Zoom.
Oh. Miss Lillian, do you have the password for the other Zoom?
Okay, you on mute.
Yes, I'm gonna send it to her.
Okay. Can you put it in the chat, please? I'm trying to work.
All right, let's go ahead and do another one of these. So let's do this one next, right next to it. So again, we're going to write the numbers from smallest to largest. So we have 8.11, we have 34.1, we have 1.29, we have 3.16. So just like we did over here, let's start looking at the ones in the tens place and try and use that to help us put these in order. So here we're going to do numbers from smallest to largest. So which one of these do you think is the smallest?
1.29.
Yep, 1.29. And again, even though like this little 0.1 is smaller than this 0.29, because this one matters more. So you're exactly right. This one's smallest. What do you think's next?
3.16.
Exactly. How about
The next
next?
one is going to be 8.11. And then the last one is going to be 34.1.
Perfect. All right. Now let's make this a little bit more complicated. So let's see here. All right, let's do this one. Let's do number 6 down here. So before I said that, let's look at the ones in the tens place because those matter most when we're talking about which ones are the biggest. But what happens when you have two numbers that are the same? So in this case, question number 6, the ones are both 0. So that's when we start to go look at the decimal places. So just like if we're talking about whole numbers, when a 10, the tens place means more than the ones place, same thing here. The tenths place is bigger than the hundredths place. So when we're looking at which one of these is bigger, we're going to look at the tenths placed first. So between these two numbers, which one is the bigger fraction is going to depend on comparing 2 to 0. So which one do you think is smaller? Come on.
0.01.
That's exactly right, Esther. And that's because, again, so the ones place are the same. So the next thing we do, come on, sorry, my cat is so needy. So the next thing we do is look at, okay, in the tenths place, which one is smaller? So this one has a 0, that's smaller than 2. So 0.01 is the smallest. All right, what do you think is the next smallest one?
0.28.
Yeah, that's perfect. Again, so we've already compared these two. So now we would be comparing 0, 3, and 7. So 0 is the smallest. So perfect. All right. And what's next?
3.63.
3.63. So then that means what's last?
7.30.
Perfect. You are crushing this. Do you have any questions on this? Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about adding decimals then. So how do we add decimals together? Just like if you're adding two whole numbers, the first thing you need to do is line up the numbers to make to put them in the right spot. So just like if I was doing 10 plus 5, right? The first thing I do is I put the write the numbers together and I line up the ones place together. And then if there's anything in the tens place, you line those up, right? And then we add the 0 plus 5, and that's how we get 15. So we're going to do the same thing with decimals, okay? So here, the first thing we do when we're adding 5.5 and 4.0 is to line them up. So you want the decimals to be above each other. That way you know that your ones are lined up and the tenths place is lined up, and if you've got hundredths or thousandths, or doesn't matter how much stuff you got, just make sure you line up those decimal points.
Okay.
So from here, then we, just like we did with the whole numbers, we start adding right in a line. So what's 5 plus 0 is what?
5.
5, okay. So then this is really important. We carry the decimal point down. Exactly where it is above, it comes straight down. So then we add the ones place. And what's 5 plus 4?
9.
9, exactly.
This is really easy.
All right, we can get more tricky. Let's go down here. How about this one? 0.23 plus 0.08. How do you think we start?
So add 3 plus 8, which equals 11.
Okay,
So then you regroup. And then add 1 plus 2, which equals 3. 3 plus 0 equals 3. And then 0 plus 0, which equals 0.
okay. And where does my decimal point go?
In the middle.
Right here
Yeah.
or right here?
Right. Yeah.
Right here. Yeah. That's exactly right. So again, you line these up, and just like you're adding ones or tens or anything else, you added these together, you carried the 1 up here, and then add them together and keep your decimal point in the same spot. So Esther, is it you that has the quiz on decimals?
No.
Okay.
So Esther is not, is Shabak. Shabak, are you there?
Unmute him.
Shabak, are you there? Okay, if you're there, you need to answer the question. This is more for you because these decimals, are they covering the topic, the particular area that you need help with, or is there a specific area you need help with?
I need help with it.
Help with addition of decimals?
No.
What do you need help with?
Nothing.
So you have a
So
test coming up on Saturday, on Friday, I believe Thursday, right?
No. Yeah.
Tuesday.
So, okay. So what topics are you going to be covering in the test?
Answer.
Shabak, what topic are you going to be covering?
I think it's science, not math.
You have a math quiz coming up. Your dad said you have a math quiz coming up. I saw your this thing for this week, your newsletter. Okay.
Okay.
But what topic are you doing in school right now in math?
Decimals.
Okay, so is this the type of decimals they're doing or something else?
This is it.
Okay, if this is it, then you should be answering the question, not even Esther. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Natalie, you can go ahead and do like 1 or 2 more of this question. And then I believe Esther, you see you have something you wanted them to cover, right, Esther?
No.
What topic are you doing in school?
This.
I'm doing addition and subtraction.
Like 2-digit, 3-digit, or what?
I'm doing 3 digits and 4 digits.
3 digits and 4 digits. Okay. I'm sure Natalie can help you with that. What about Fola? Fola, do you have anything?
Auntie.
Fola, do you have anything?
Yeah.
Do you have an assignment or work to do?
Auntie.
Somebody's calling me.
Naomi is.
Oh yeah, Naomi, uncle is still in class. I sent a message to your mom. He's not gonna be done till 6 o'clock, so he can
Okay.
help you after that.
Okay. But Esther, she actually needs help with multiplication and division. She already knows.
No, I need help with division.
Because last time she said she's having a hard time with multiplication and division, and she's only saying addition and subtraction because it's easy. That's why she's laughing.
Okay, well, I'm sure Natalie is gonna help everybody. Maybe not everything on one day, but she did multiplication and division last time. Natalie, you had some multiplication and division, right? That you wanted to do today.
I had some multiplication stuff. I've got some division word problems we can go through.
I need the division word problems. I already passed multiplication.
Okay, well, I would say go ahead and do a couple of these more, and then maybe do like a couple of 3 words addition and subtraction, 3-digit and 4 digits addition and subtraction, and then maybe a little. If you have time, you can do a couple of division. Maybe
Perfect.
not a lot.
Sounds good. All right, so Shubak, I want to hear from you this time. We're gonna do this one right here, number 11. Okay, so we want to add 7.4 plus 4.1. So where do you think we start here?
What did you say?
So we're gonna do this one, number 11. So how do we start? How do we add these two numbers together? Do I start with these on the right-hand side?
Yes.
Okay, so what's 4 plus 1?
5.
Okay, so we write this down here. And then what do I do about the decimal points?
You put it in front of the 5.
Exactly. So again, we just want to make sure everything lines up directly on top of each other. So the tenths place should line up, the decimal point should line up, okay? So then we add, what's 7 plus 4?
What did you say?
11.
Yep, so 7 plus 4, yep, 11. So we write that here. So 7.4 plus 4.1 is 11.5. And again, you just put everything in a line, make sure your decimal point lines up. And then it's just like adding whole numbers. So let's do another one where we've got to
Okay.
do some carrying. So let's do number 20 right here. So same thing as before, we're gonna line up the decimal points right here. So we've got the 10th place lined up. So what is 9 plus 4?
13.
13.
13. All right, so what I'm gonna do again is put the 3 here and I'm carrying the 1. Just like if I was adding whole numbers with tens and stuff, same thing, you carry the 1 over here. So now I'm gonna add 1 plus 2 plus 6. So what's that add up to be?
9.
Exactly. So then we just need to make sure our decimal point stays in the right spot. Again, it's not gonna move this whole time. Even when I'm carrying stuff over, the decimal point always stays right here. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions on that?
No.
Cool, thanks for
Wait.
turning on your video.
I can't turn on my video.
Oh, no, that's okay. All right, do you wanna do any more of these, Shabak, or does this make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Did these ones make sense where we're putting stuff in order? Do you want to do any more of these?
No.
Okay. All right. So do you have any other questions about decimals before we get into some big, like 3 or 4 digit addition stuff?
No.
Okay, sounds good.
After, can we do 9 digits?
You want to do 9 digits?
Yes.
We can do 9 digits. It's all the same theory. So all right. So well, let's do a 3-digit one to start, and then we'll move up to 9.
Okay.
So I want to add 367 plus 122. So where do we start? How do we go about doing this? Just like with the decimals, the first thing you want to do is line them up so that all the places match. So I want my 367, and I'm going to write my 122 directly below it. So again, the ones place should line up, the tens place should line up. Thanks. And the hundreds place should line up. All right. So what is 7 plus 2? What is it?
9.
9. Okay. All right. What's 6 plus 2?
8.
All right. And then what's 3 plus 1?
4.
4. Okay. So 3 digits. Pretty straightforward, right? Not too bad. All right. Let's go ahead and take it up a notch. So you want to do 9? Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. You ready?
Yes.
So this is 9 digits. So we are talking about adding hundreds of millions. That's a lot of numbers. So, all right. But we're just going to do it the same way. Make sure everything lines up. So, all right, here's our 6, 8, 7, 5, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. All right, same thing. So we're just going to line up these numbers. So 1, 4, 5, 2, 8, 7, 5, 3, 0. Okay, so where do we even start? This is a huge number. How do I add hundreds of millions? Where do I start?
And then
From 9 plus
Start at the end? Over here?
yes.
All right, so let's do that. So 9 plus 0, that one's easy, right? Just 9. All right, so what's 8 plus 3?
11.
11. Okay, so how do I write 11 down here?
No, you regroup.
All right, so we put 1 down here and then carry the 1 up here. Okay, so then here I need to add 1 plus 3 plus 5. So what's that?
8,
No.
9.
9.
Yeah,
Yep.
9.
All right, let's just keep moving. So next we've got 2 plus 7.
2 plus 7 is 9.
Yep. All right, what's 1 next? 1 plus 8?
9.
9. Man, we got a lot of 9s in this one. Okay. What's 5 plus 2?
7.
7.
7. Good job, guys. All right, now we're going to get tricky again. What's 7 plus 5?
12.
12. Okay, so do I write 12 down here?
No, you regroup.
Regroup. Okay. So I put 2 and then 1 up here. So now I've got 1 plus 8 plus 4. So what's that?
13.
13.
All right, 13. So same thing. I put my 3 here, carry my 1. All right, then last one, 1 plus 6 plus 1. What's that?
8.
8. So 687,512,389 plus 145,287,530. That gets us 832,799,919. So you can add numbers as big as you want, as long as you make sure that you line everything up when you get started. Now, one thing you have to be careful about, right? So let's say these numbers, it's a little bit easier because they're the same size as far as like length. So what if instead I wanted to add 5,632 plus 157? So this is a little bit different because they're not the same length. So when you line them up, the important thing is you got to line up the ones first. So we want the 7 to be right here. And again, this is because the ones line up. Because if we had started off with the 1 over here, then that would be, the 1 would be in the thousands place, and then those wouldn't line up right. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
So always line up your ones first, and then you can work to the left from that. All right, so let's do this last one here. So what's 2 plus 7?
9.
9.
Good job. What's 3 plus 5?
8.
8. 6 plus 1?
7.
7. And what do we do here? There's nothing there.
You just add a 0.
You just
And
add
5.
a 0. Yep, so it's 5.
5,789.
Yeah, good job, guys. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you want to do any more of these, or you want to do some multiplication and
More.
division? More? Okay.
More.
Yes, more, please.
Sure.
650. 300.
All right. Why don't you pick what we want to add together? Yeah, Esther, you go first, and then Flora, you go next.
832 plus 611.
All right.
That's just random. Just
611. All right, same thing. I've lined them up here, starting with the ones place. So these all match. All right, so what's 2 plus 1? 3. What's 3 plus 1?
4.
4.
4. And what about 8 plus 6?
That's gonna be 14.
14. So 1,443. Cool. All right, Falara, you're next. What numbers do you want to add together? You're on mute. Are you typing in the chat?
What was that?
Okay. I thought you were raising your hand that you wanted to do the next one. Okay. Shabak, do you want to pick some numbers to add together?
9. 9. 8. 6. 9.
What do you want to add to that?
4, 7, 8, 9. 6.
All right. So we've got 99,869. All right. So again, we want to line them up starting so that the ones line up. So that means we need to start writing it here because this is the thousandths place, right? The 4 is in the thousandths place. So I want that to line up with the thousandths place on this one. So honestly, making sure you get that right is the hardest part of the whole thing. Because if you line these up right, then like you guys know how to add, you can do it. So, all right, so let's get started here. So what is 9 plus 9?
18.
18, good job. So then I'm gonna carry the 1, right? All right, 1 plus 6 plus 8, what's that?
15.
15. All right, carry the 1 again. 8 plus
16.
16, yeah, good job, Shabak.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, 1 plus 9 plus 4.
14.
14, okay. Carry the 1.
10.
Okay, so we got 10, so I put a 0 here. Where do I carry that last 1 to? Where does that go?
Over here.
Just goes right here?
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right. If there's nowhere else for you to carry it to, then you just put it right here. Just this 10 right here. So we have got 104,658. Good job. All right. So let's see here. Why don't we do a couple, mixing it up a little bit with some big numbers with decimals. We're kind of combining both of these. So let's add 5,836.7 plus 168.6. So we're going to do both of them together, big numbers and decimals. All right, so again, best thing you can do is just make sure you line these up right. So let's start with the 5,836.7. All right, so how do I line up this 168.6 underneath it? What do I need to line up?
The
what?
You put the 1 under, you put the ones in 161. You put the 1 under the 8 and 5. And then you put 6 under the 3 and then 8 and then 6 under the 7.
Yep. So just like when we were doing up here, right? We wanted to line up the ones, we want to line up the tens, line up the hundreds. Same thing when you're doing decimals. So line up the hundreds, the tens, the ones, and line up your decimals too. All right. So let's add this together. So what is 7 plus 6?
7 plus 6 equals 13.
13, okay. So again, you carry the 1 and you can carry it right across that decimal point, okay? Because when you add these together, the 1 you're carrying belongs in the 1 spot. So just like with this addition, we can carry it up here and now add in the 1's place. So what's 1 plus 6 plus 8?
15.
All right. So we got to put our decimal point down here, right? All right. 1 plus 3 plus 6.
1 plus 3 plus 6 equals 10.
10, okay. So we carry this one. So now we've got 1 plus 8 plus 1.
It's going to be 10.
All right. And then last, 1
6.
plus 5. All right. So whether it's really big numbers, decimal points, just make sure you line it up. Shabak, does that make sense? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Cool. Do you want to do one more of these?
No.
No, okay. All right. Is there anything else that you're covering on your quiz, Shabak, about decimals?
No.
All right.
We're doing mixtures.
You're doing what?
Mixtures in science.
I'm doing it.
Oh, cool.
I'm doing mixtures too.
Very cool. All right. So let's just do some practice on multiplication. Do you guys have a pen and paper in front of you or a pencil in front of you?
No.
No? Okay, we can just do it on the screen. That is fine. Thanks. All right, so we're just gonna do some multiplication practice real quick. Because the faster you can do this, the easier you're gonna be able to do division and the easier you're gonna be able to multiply big numbers. So I want you to, I'm gonna read these off, and once I read it, I want you to tell me the answer as fast as you can, okay?
Okay.
All right, what's 2 times 3?
It's going to be 6.
All right. What's 1 times 7?
7.
All right. Shabak, I want you to answer the next one. What's 4 times 2?
What?
What's 4 times 2?
8.
8. Cool. What's 8 times 3?
24.
24. All right. What about 6 times 4?
24.
Good job. What about 2 times 9?
18.
All right. Shabak, I want you to answer this next one. What's 7 times 4?
28.
28. Good job. And Falar, are you there?
Miss Natalie,
Yeah.
is it raining at where you are?
Nope, it's not. It's nice out.
Where
Is
do
it
you
raining
live?
where you are?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you guys are in Houston. I live in Chicago.
Lucky.
I used to live in Houston. I liked it. But now I'm up in Chicago.
I wish I
Where did
stayed
you-
in-
Where did you live mainly? Where were you born at?
I'm from Michigan. So I was born in Michigan and I moved down to Houston for a while. That's how I met your Uncle Ani. And now I live up in Chicago with my cats, who you've seen.
So, you know, Natalie, Miss Natalie is an engineer. So if you want to be an engineer someday, you can ask her some questions. But anyway, Miss Natalie, go ahead. And Miss Trisha too. Miss Trisha also, they are both engineers. So
Yeah, what do you guys want to be when you grow up? Have you thought about it?
I want to be like, I said that I want to be a doctor. Then I said that I want to have then I said that I want to be a basketball player. Then I said I want to have a talk show.
You can do any of those. They're all very different, but you can do any of them.
Be an engineer.
You want to be an engineer?
I'm going to have my
Oh,
own
man.
talk. My sister said I should have a talk show because I talk too much.
Hey, you should do what you're good at, you know?
I'm good at talking.
Yeah, I was good at math when I was your age, so that's why I became an engineer.
Wait, give me it.
all right, Miss Natalie, go ahead. I'm
All
sure
right,
they're
let's
having
do-
fun.
Let's do these last couple multiplication and then we'll do some word problems. So, all right, what's 3 times 2?
6.
6, all right, 9 times 3?
9 times 3 is 27.
27, good job. 6 times 6?
36.
36. Awesome.
Oh.
So I know you guys know this stuff, but it's always good to practice and get faster at it, because the faster you can do this, the faster you're going to be able to do division, and especially when you get
Can we
into big
do-
numbers.
Can we
So-
do multiplication on tens?
Yeah, yeah. All right, what's 10 times 8?
80.
80. Exactly. So when you're multiplying by tens, think about it this way. You multiply the 8 times the 1 here, and then you just add on an extra 0. So 8 times 1 is 8, and you add an extra 0 to get to 80. So same thing if I did 10 times 5. So same thing, I multiply the 5 times the 1, so that's 5, and then I add an extra 0 to get 50. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let's do, what's 10 times 12?
120.
120. Yep.
10 times 12.
Yeah. So same thing. I take the 12 and I multiply it by the 1 here. So that's 12, and I add an extra 0 for this guy. So 120. So what about 7 times 10?
70.
70, okay. What about 11 times 10?
110.
And 10, good job, Shabak. And what about 10 times 10?
10 times 10 is going to be 100.
Yeah, exactly. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you just add in that extra 0.
Can we do 11?
Yeah, we can do 11s. All right, so let's start with 11 times 3. What's that?
Whoa, it's great. It's so boring. But it's going to be cold in Houston, which I'm going to be going to school soon. So I'm happy.
You think it's going to be cold there soon? It's going to be
Yeah.
cold in Chicago.
It's starting to get cold.
Yeah. All right. What's 11 times 6? 66. Cool. What about 11 times 10?
Can I go get a piece of paper?
Sure. So if you think about it, we just did this one, right? But the other way. So it's the same thing. When you're multiplying by 10, you take this first number, multiply it by the 1, and you add the 0 at the end.
110.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, what about 7 times 11? What was it?
77.
77. Perfect. Yep. So with 11s, you just multiply the 7 times this one, and that's your tens place, and then multiply the 7 times this one. That's your ones place. So we got 77. All right. Let's do 5. What's 5 times 11?
55.
All right. And then 11 times 8.
88.
Oops. Typo. All right. And what's?
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you multiply 1 times 0, is it going to be 0 or it's going to be 1? Oh, it's going to be 0. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's think about it. So if we're multiplying 10 times
Oh, you took 10.
7. Okay, so we've got 7 times 0, so we've got 0 in the ones place. And then 7 times the 1 in the tens place. So we get 70. Right? So if you wanna line it up this way, then you can do that too. So you just take these numbers and you multiply the ones place first and then multiply the tens place. All right. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay.
Wait,
Yeah? Do you have a question? Do you have a question, Shabak?
No.
Okay. All right, let's do a little trickier one. What's 11 times 11?
111.
So let's think about it.
No. 112.
it's going to be 111.
So if 11 times, so here's a way you can kind of check yourself. So we want 11 times 11. So that's just 11 times 10 plus another 11, right?
Nothing.
So let's do this. So we want 11 times 11. So if we don't know what 11 times 11 is, one way we can check ourselves is, okay, let's do 11 times 10. And then I'll add one more 11 to it. So what's 11 times 10? We've done this one, right?
It's going to be 110.
Yep, 110. So that's 11 times 10, but I want 11 times 11. So I need another 11.
112.
So, well, let's add the ones place first, right? So we get 1 in the ones place. Let's add the tens place. So that's 2, right? And then the hundreds place, there's only 1 there. So 121. So if you ever don't know, you can always do one that you do know and then figure out how many more you need to add to it. So that's kind of a little trick to help get you there. but you can also do it
I need to go into
up here.
check.
Okay, so have you guys done multiplication like this before where you line it up and do both sides? So we do the 1 times 1, so that's 1 in the ones place, okay? Then we multiply the 1 times the 1 in the tens place. Then I need to do the multiplication for this side. So this is in the tens place. So I multiply 1 times 1 over here, and I get one more 1. And then, so we end up, uh-oh, I think I'm out of space on my, oh, there we go, sheet here. So we end up with 121. So 11s are tricky because all of these ones are real simple, right? You just say, okay, it's 2 7s or 2 5s. So maybe spend some time getting familiar with like 11 times 11 or 11 times 12, because those are a little bit trickier. So
do we have to solve this on a piece of paper?
So eventually you want to be able to do it in your head. While you're trying to learn these bigger numbers, you can definitely use a pencil and paper.
Okay.
The more you do it, then the more you'll just remember.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just like how now when I was doing these with you, you know, you weren't using a pencil and paper because you've done it so much you remember. So same thing if I was going to try and do 11 times 12. While I'm learning, if I know that 11 times 11 is 121, so I just need one more 11 to get up to this one. So I can add 121 plus 11. So what's that going to be? So let's see, then that would get us 132, right? We add the 1 and the 1, add the 2 and the 1. So while you're learning, you can use addition to actually help you with some of these bigger numbers. Okay. So do you want to do, we only have a couple minutes left. Do you want to do more multiplication or do you want me to show a video?
Video.
I had a feeling you might feel that way. All right, so let me stop share real quick and then I'll reshare my screen. What do you think? Do you want to do division or do you want to do multiplying by 10?
Multiply by 10.
All right. So let me share. Share. Okay. All right, so let's do this one. Let's do multiplying by 11 and 10. Lego, Lego, Lego. Can everybody hear it? Lego, Lego, Lego. Huh? Huh? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out. Here's a tip right now. You can multiply by 11 and barely count. It's as easy as putting pizza in your mouth. Let's try to multiply 1 through 9. 11 times 1 is 11, check it. 11 times 2 is 22. You see the method? 11 times 3 is 33. You could have guessed it. 11 times 4 is 44. Let's do some more. 11 times 5 is 55. You could memorize, so double the digit and be fine. Up to 9. After 9, you really have to get on your grind. Hold up, let's not get ahead of ourselves. 11 times 6 is 66. 11 times 7 is 77. You double it and you get it. Double the digit and you'll get it every time. 11 times 8 is 88. 11 times 9 is 99. Now here it gets tricky. 11 times 10 is 110. You got it, my friend. 11 times 11 is 121. 11 times 12 is 132. We're done. Multiply by 11 and 12. Sometimes all you gotta do is memorize. Sometimes you gotta work until it's going swell. Multiply by 11 and 12. Sometimes all you gotta do is memorize. Other times you gotta work until you do it well. When you multiply by 11 and 12, 12 times 1 is 12. You can do it all by yourself. 12 times 2 is 24. Let's go through a few more. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 4 is 48, yes. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 6 is 72. Hold up, we ain't through. 12 times 7 is 84. 12 times 8 is 96. 12 times 9 is 108. If you guessed that right, great. 12 times 10 is 120. 120. 12 times 11 is 132. We're almost through. 12 times 12 is 144. In the NBA, that's a really great score. 12 times 12 is 144. Let's see if you remember more. 11 times 7. 77. 11 times 12. 132. 11 times 9. 99. 11 times 11. 121. 12 times 6. 72. 12 times 9.